would like to draw the attention to the fact that all Palestinians actually have been engaged in a form of individual popular struggle. I mean, on the individual level, the daily confrontation with the occupation, the daily challenges that the occupation posed in front of people, actually make everybody a project of resilience, an individual project of resilience. This has been one of the real remarkable assets of Palestinian people, as I have observed over the past 16 years that I've been living in the Palestinian community. The problem was that we saw that this resilience is not translated to a strategy, is not translated to the national level or to the collective level. Then, with the years of Oslo, this has given way to a strategy or way of thinking or wishful thinking that negotiations would bring to an end of occupation, which didn't work. And then the alternative that was suggested by several groups was use of arms or use of explosives against Israeli. This became to an extreme, this turned to an extreme during the Second Intifada, which was, as I saw it and as I experienced it, at the beginning, an outburst, indeed an explosion of a people that could not stand anymore the years of deception that was involved with the Oslo process. So people could not stand anymore this gap between the sweet words about peace and the reality on the ground, in which life became much more or under growing and growing Israeli restrictions over the basics of life. Even without a very strong open debate, public debate about the results of the use of arms, people had to admit that this has not worked. And not only that the use of arms has not changed for the better, it changed for the worse. It is still difficult, I feel, it is still difficult to discuss and to renounce openly the results or the concept of use of arms. It is still very, very revered by Palestinians, the so-called armed struggle. I think there is a lot of romanticism around it, and it has been for a long time taken as instead of taken as a means that, according to its efficiency and according to the circumstances, it has been transferred to almost a goal. This popular struggle is a call to the Palestinian leadership and criticism or a demand of the Palestinian leadership to reassess the course, the choice of negotiations with Israel. Because this, not only the use of arms has failed, but first of all, what failed is the course of negotiations. Because negotiations, it was very obvious that Israel made negotiations into a goal by itself, not a means for Palestinian independence, but a sort of a goal that can linger on and get and continue forever without results. And at the same time, while the negotiations went on, the colonization process went on undisturbed, without disturbance. Popular struggle and civil disobedience is a daily task. It's not a spectacular, one-time spectacular event and then you go to rest. No, it is a daily task, daily work, daily creation, and it needs a lot of creativity. It started also because there was realization that if there is anything that does get some results on the ground, is this. So this actually points to another phenomenon of this popular struggle. It needs multiply measures, multiply tactics, and it needs cooperation of Israelis and Palestinians. Because in High Court, very often, these are Israeli organizations and Israeli human rights organizations and Israeli lawyers. The demonstrations themselves involve also many Israelis who bring the message also to Israeli society. And this is working. This binational struggle has proven to have results over the past 5 years. If you notice, I don't use, and you didn't use either, the term non-violent, because many use the term non-violent to describe those demonstrations. I do not use it because I think it diverts the attention from the essential and permanent character of the occupation, which is the violent character of the occupation. So by defining the resistance to the occupation as violent or non-violent, it's as if we said occupation is the natural situation, the natural state of affairs, and we have to measure the resistance and to judge the resistance to the occupation as the one which is either violent or non-violent. But I say that occupation is the violent state of affairs. The question about resistance is whether it is popular or not popular, whether it is widespread or not widespread, whether it is... These are the right definitions that we should use for the resistance. The violence is the natural character of the occupation, even when it doesn't shoot, even when it doesn't kill. By its very existence as a foreign, coerced rule over the other people, over another people, it is violent. Also, there were some innovative tricks, like people having cameras, video cameras with them, and filming the repression of this really needs a lot of guts, but filming from very close the repression by the police or border police, by the army. And then very often some demonstrators would be taken to court, and the army or the police would always claim, you know, as it is always, they attacked us. You know, they are heavily armed, but some youngster of 18 years old attacked them. So the video films would always provide the proof that where the truth is. The fact that the demonstration is taking place and even people have been wounded, and the Israeli police or army have been using stinking water to try and disperse the people. Even all this stuff become a routine, and you know that what media hates most than anything else is the routine.
Want to work together? Then join the Commons. Creative Commons.